Are you ready to transform your summer into an epic splash-tastic adventure? Say goodbye to wasteful, single-use water balloons and hello to the ultimate in reusable, eco-friendly fun with reusable water balloons. Check out the link in the video description to get yours on Amazon today.
Candid, comprehensive and clear-eyed conversations is the alliterative phrase Democratic House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries now uses to describe the internal turmoil House Democrats are facing. 11 House Democrats, mostly vulnerable moderates, have publicly called on Biden to step aside. Progressives, who were critical of him just weeks ago over Israel, are now firmly behind him. The rest of the caucus is weighing whether to turn up public pressure on the president to step aside, and all eyes will turn to Biden's NATO news conference at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday. Our conversations have been candid, comprehensive and clear-eyed, and they continue, he said to multiple questions about Biden's fitness for the Democratic nomination during a weekly news conference. That's a speculative question, and as I indicated, we're involved in an internal process that we take seriously. And until that process is completed, I'm not really in a position to comment, he said to a question on what happens if Biden fails to deliver at a news conference Thursday evening. Asked whether Biden weighs on down-ballot races, Jeffries gave a curt no. Democrats will win control of the House of Representatives on November 5, he insisted. The New York Democrat said members will engage with their constituents back home and make their own decision on whether to call on Biden to step down after his debate performance last month. At least 10 House Democrats have publicly said it's time for Biden to step aside. Many others have privately said so or are planning to if Biden's performance at the news conference is not up to par. In the Senate, Peter Welch, Democrat Vermont, has asked the president to make way for another candidate, and Senator Michael Bennet predicted Biden will lose Democrats both chambers of Congress and the executive. If things stay as they are, it's likely that Donald Trump will win the election and will lose the Senate and will lose the House. Jeffries' fellow New York Democrat Richie Torres sounded off about Biden on X on Thursday, days after calling such comments deeply destructive. The narrative that the president simply had one bad debate performance reflects a continuing pattern of denial and self-delusion. The president did not just have one bad debate. The reality we saw with our own lying eyes is evidence of a deeper challenge, he wrote. The notion that the president is going to be saved by this interview or that press conference misses the forest for trees. I will respectfully listen to the president's press conference tonight and the interview on Monday evening, but the ability to survive a single public appearance is the bare minimum of what should be expected of a Democratic nominee. Neither the press conference tonight nor the NBC interview on Monday evening will offer the president the political salvation he seems to be seeking. Former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Jeffries' predecessor, has publicly insisted the door is still open for Biden to leave the race even though he says he has made up his mind. Asked if Biden has her support on MSNBC's Morning Joe, the former speaker said, "It's up to the president to decide if he's going to run. We're all encouraging him to make that decision because time is running out." Reminded that Biden has made up his mind, Pelosi said, "I want him to do whatever he decides to do. Whatever he decides, we go with." Behind closed doors, she's told people that Biden can't win and should step aside, according to Politico.